back and to the second part of this tutorial, and we're going to finish this drawing we started in the first part. And as I've explained earlier, the drawings are usually in two sessions, two parts. One starting with the produce channel. So there's two channels that cater to the Paintology drawing tutorials. This is the produce channel, which is my name effectively, and the Paintology channel, which is the Paintology itself, the app. So I just keep that in mind. So usually I do that daily stream starting at 9 GMT on the produce, and then I have a few minutes break, about 5-10 minutes, before I jump onto the 10 a.m. GMT of the Paintology channel, which is the channel you're watching now, streaming. And the whole idea of the drawing is to finish the drawing to a reasonable state. It doesn't have to be photorealistic, but some realism there, And you may ask, what's the difference between realism and photorealism? I can tell you a bit more about that, but I won't go into detail. Photorealistic, it means you can't differentiate between a photo or a painting or a drawing, yeah? That's all it is. But realism means close to the real thing with painterly, and it's just as acceptable. In fact, it's more akin to appreciating the artist because they're adding their painterly effects to it. And digital drawing has had a bad rap for many reasons, for some possible good reasons, and for many unknown reasons, and especially with the set of people who are running the what do you call it, the curators and the other artists who are just mesmerized with traditional, and they have no clue what digital is all about, and they don't feel it's going to have any foothold, which is totally wrong. They know it because they're not practitioners of art. They just go with the flow of where everyone's going. Oh, I like this art piece. I like that art piece. And then along comes an art critic who boosts its position from ground level to skyrocket high. Yeah, just because of their words. So that's really what the art world is about. It's not really true to what I would like to think it is. But anyway, so it doesn't stop you from creating art, does it? Just because of that nonsensical thinking that they have at the upper echelon, right? It's the same with AI. Don't get carried away with this weird nonsense going to take over people's jobs and all that. Just get on with it. Do what you like. Do what you're passionate about. Get on with your life and be master skills. Don't just sit around you, because you're going to regret it as you get older, that you wished you had done all these. You'd had the patience to sit through all that. So this is the drawing we've done, right, so far. So this is the drawing we're trying to replicate, and we use block coloring to get to this. And block coloring is very similar to traditional painting and drawing. Think about it. When an acrylic artist wants to create this art piece, they will do something very similar to that. And I haven't used any tools. I'm not using any tools. People think the tools are the way to create digital art. They should think again. Especially, they should also watch me draw and watch all my YouTube videos. So even though I'm using this trace mode of drawing, it's the reason why I picked up the rapid skills of drawing this way, and I can do freehand drawing. I don't need this trace drawing. If you ask me to make a drawing, I can make a realistic drawing without the aid of trace. That's only because I've acquired the skills of drawing this way. You understand? This is the skills that you acquire. It will rapidly multiply your skill level faster than your next door, the nearest artist that's close to you, if they do, because this is what builds up tones, understand, appreciation of the core skills of art. So enough said now. So just to show you that you need to bookmark this page. This is the all-encompassing page, right? So paintology.com, then the daily step-by-step video tutorials, and you'll see the upcoming YouTube streams, which is this one currently, 10th of November. And you can see here I'm on stream on the Paintology 10 GMT, yeah? And then you can see all the ones going back so far away. And then even with the completed drawings that was done in that sitting. So here, did a cat drawing here. So you can make some fine drawings and it doesn't look digital, doesn't apply application of tool after tool after tool. It's just not required when you come to draw. You can see I haven't ventured into the tool arena. I just changed the brush size and even kept this setting, which is so powerful, and I can achieve. Anyway, so let's go back and now continue our drawing. So this is the drawing we're trying to replicate. This is what we have, yeah, because we did some block coloring and now we're going to somehow make it better. So I feel like that we should diffuse some of these areas. You see these blocky colors? Let's try and diffuse it, okay? So let's bring this into play, okay? So I'm not going to talk about density and hardness independently. I'm going to bring this down to about 40%. Just, take my word for it right now. 40%. And then I'm going to zoom in to this area here. And then I'm going to take a brush size, maybe 5-6%. And then what would I do? I pick this. I'm on my drawing. I pick out not the reference, and I pick that drawing, then I just simply use a round stroke. I'm going to take it up a bit, and at the same time take the other one up. There. So take it down a bit. Okay, I'm going to take this as the colors need to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to try and use a bigger brush, and then see what I'm trying to do, blend this. Right, take it down 40. See what I'm doing? Trying to blend these colors. See that? So what's happening? Why is it blending? Right, you may be asking, how is this possible and why is it blending? Well, it's because, think about it, right? When you're at the 100%, the opacity or the hardness of the setting of the brush is at its peak, which means that if you go over it again, it's going to still achieve the same tone. And this is where you really become highly conversant with tones and values. Before, it was an academic subject for you, and you needed to practice with pencil and paper and apply the right pressure, do the right color mixing and all that. This is all history. You don't have to do that. You can do that rapidly with color picker and here with using these simple tools. So with a 40%, it means I can have the ability to go over the tones again repeatedly, one brush stroke after another, and increase the tone until it's here to that level. So this gives me a degree of control over the opacity, so therefore the blending, right? So I pick this color there, so I'm picking it there, reduce that, just blended it, and then pick this color, and then you'll see as I do this, I'm going to do it for all of it. So you see I'm not using any tools. So I'm doing just this blending. Right there. The blending we're doing here, wonderful, isn't it? It's nothing complicated, because we know it's not choppy, it's actually blending, right? Wonderful. This is something different I'm doing, and Remember, you may think I've done this before. I have, but not in this context of this particular drawing. So every drawing to me is interesting. Right there. I may increase the brush a little, 12%, let's say, to get bigger effect around that area, right? And then here, it gives a blending type of effect. There, see how it's blended? It's beautiful, isn't it? So I'm just blending it without really understanding the context. I'm just trying to make this a bit more like natural, you know, because colors don't separate anything. Any objects you see have a blending nature to it. The objects itself are of course different because they're separated by, you know, by space, volume. Just blend it. Now take out the naughtiness of the. So remember that I'm still on track to finish this whole. See what we've done. See how we've blended that? Now we're gonna just keep blending this. Yes, right there. Take the adjacent colors and blend it. Right, follow your eyes. Right, just do it quickly. You don't have to zoom in like I was doing. I just want to show you how it works. Okay, really quickly blend it. So it looks like, you see this area, it looks like really choppy area, but I'm going to blend that. See that? Because in the real world it's not so blocky, is it? It's not like Legoland. So that's so there, it's sort of blended, right? That's already looking nicely blended. Anywhere you see that needs blending, right? Just use this circular motion. Just blend it. See how we're getting a little bit more of a depth to this whole picture by doing this, the whole drawing. See how it's beginning to look like it's sort of diffused and it's at the back somewhere, right? It's a clever trick, isn't it? It's like somehow in the distance. It's because of this blending effect. So do large areas. Yeah. I learned this trick when I was doing wildlife, actually, and I kept at it. It's quickly forget, isn't it? When you pick up a skill, you quickly forget, and it comes back to you when you do something similar like this. See how it's diffused? Look at these tree trunks are like really standing proud, prominent. So wonderful that it's almost, you could almost assume that this is coming out in shape and form, isn't it? Just like we intended it for. I wasn't sure how I was going to do this drawing, but this seemed like a natural process to draw, so that's what I'm doing right now. That's exactly how I'm painting this. Now let's look. Just blending it. When you understand tools, they become a master to you. Don't become a slave to the tools. Because when you start saying, oh, I need this tool specific to do this, you become more a slave to it. Okay. Look at that. It's beautiful. Look how everything's set back and these tree trunks are really becoming so prominent. Isn't this wonderful, isn't it? And we can keep these lovely warm colors, and why not? And spread these around. Just move it around until you feel that you got a good sense of atmosphere that you wanted to create. See, I'm spending most of my time drawing, not accessing tools, you know. So the problem is with the people who teach you drawing, digital art just turns to the tools, nothing more. They maybe cover small aspect of fundamental art, but then becomes like an introductory learning phase for them. And then they immediately hop onto accessing tools, how to use this tools, how to use this. You don't talk about very little on fundamentals of art. The apps, the fundamentals that I'm using, that's what I don't need. Look at that. Isn't it lovely, isn't it? I'm enjoying this, actually. To be honest with you, I'm very much enjoying this. I think you would be as well. I'll just keep using this brush. Just diffuse these areas. Okay, it can go everywhere. See that red? And then by doing this, I'm also creating areas that look natural as well. we got here? Got a little bit of the blue here. Let's take that blue, stretch it about a bit, and then what we got here, right? Should we take a look at what the drawing reference is? That's fine, yeah, because we haven't done the branches yet, and we're going to do that. I'm going to get down to it, but let's see if there's nothing really. Our drawing is departing away a little bit, but there are areas where we can improve on or do, like for example, see that river? Did we capture some of that river? In fact, let's take this brush down and let's take it down because it's quite a higher contrast, 73%. So now I'm gonna take that and then take it up a bit and actually bring it down because I just saw the marks it creates, right? And then look at the drawing and then pick some of the tones of that wonderful river stream and then just carry it through. Right, that's what we need. Look, there's some real rushing of the water coming here. And then just pick these obviously these letters are getting in the way, which I couldn't avoid. I put the wrong image up. Right, and then just look at these marks, right? Beautiful. Notice it's coming towards our direction, right? Let's finish this. And then here, see some darker patches of rocks here. And now you can really build that patch up here. And then it's going back to this horizon. Right there. Going back and it's diffused. The light, the color is diffused, but then you got that wonderful blue that meets that horizon. So we're gonna do that, doesn't it? Why not, I say. Right, and then we can see what our image looks like. That is looking like a stream, isn't it? That is looking like a wonderful stream. So now we can see, oh, we've got some nice hues going on there, right behind those letters. These letters are really a nuisance, aren't they? I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, we'll pick that, come to a drawing. Ooh, look at that. Look at that colour. Wonderful. Can make the snow, make that colour. Look at that, sort of building up like a mound here, right? Just like the mound where kids go and collect their snowballs. Right, let's put that there. Why not? And a little bit. This is what Bob Ross did, didn't he? You know, I'm a big fan of Bob Ross because he had techniques down to such a wonderful level. Because he was very masterful in his techniques. He wasn't there to create art, but he was just exceptional with the techniques he developed. And this is what I'm doing, developing techniques for you in digital. Look at that, beautiful. We don't know what's going on behind that A, but we can guess, right? We can take that dark turn and build another ridge. Right? And then you can see what's going on here. Wow, these are all the mounds of the snow that will generate that tree line here. Right, so let's see what we've got done so far. This is looking good, isn't it? So, are you happy with that? I mean, we haven't finished obviously, but we've got like a good half an hour. So I'm going to take that up, bring that down again, because I need to diffuse some of that sky. I'm not too comfortable with that being too dark. Okay, so I think we're on to the next step of our drawing. We're going to continue this also. No, actually, I'm going to diffuse some more. Sorry about that. Okay, let me diffuse some more. I've got to diffuse some more. Yeah, you can diffuse as much as you want. It's blending. It's really diffusing, isn't it? See where the diffusing needs to happen, yeah? Right there. It's a bit more of a higher density setting than we previously used. Then here, I'm going to put some here behind those tree lines that we're going to eventually put in. So I think we're good. So I'm going to save this. Okay, and then I'm going to open it up again because that's what the developer told me. Alright. So my paintings, the draw. This is where we are, okay? So now what's the next bit? Next bit is, look at that, we haven't even done the wonderful on the left side of the stream, but we won't do that yet. So what are we going to do? Let's have a look carefully. This is where we're trying to get to, but obviously we're going to have to do a bunch of scribbles and things. You know, we're not copying it exactly, but we can shape some of the branches that are coming out of these bigger trees, right? So that will be the main focus. So we can still stay and continue to build. And now I'm going to take that to 80%. I'm not going to take it to like you thought I would, to all the way to 100%. The reason is because, and then of course I'm going to take this down. The reason is because I don't want complete hardness. The hardness is on those main trunk of trees, and then those are the most prominent, and I want to keep it prominent. And the ones I want, the branches are all diffused. You can see it. You see what I'm saying? It's all diffused. There's some hardness of these trees going on, and they create the essence of the main prominent features that are visible to this painting, right? And then there are all these diffused branches. So these branches are, even though it's similar in hardness, I still want to feel that it's secondary to this drawing. So that's what I'm going to take it down to. Did I take 80%? Yeah. So take it to 80%. But remember, you've got to experiment. If you don't experiment, what's the point? You know, what's the point? Do you think everything's going to be made for you? You know, a cup of tea made for you or something? Don't experiment. You're not going to learn. No gain. What's no gain? No. I forgot the word anyway. You can correct me if. So now I'm going to go here. Take the brush down to, remember we had 4%. I'm going to take it to 4%. Take these and I can't see exactly what, unless I have that. So you can do this now. What would I do? I'm going to go here. Now I've got to stay focused on my drawing. Here, here, here. See that? So I can go here, pick up the tones, and just create that. Okay? And then similarly here. Go here and then create that and then see what I've done, okay? Alright, so I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to go here and then cover these areas that are obviously not adding to the effect, okay? there. You can see here that I need either I'm going to use this branch to cover those areas that don't look real. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Right, so the whole tree will look like it is exactly the way it's supposed to be. Right, look at that. Look at all those things going on here. So I could go here, and then I'm going to use a bit of a scribbly mark and just create the illusion of detail. Look at that there. Just create the illusion of detail. And you'll see it makes a big difference. So you always look at your drawing, and then when we come to do, I'm doing the bigger areas, so at least I've got that out the way, right? And then when I come to do the smaller areas, I'm going to apply my drawing techniques to get that down, okay? So that's why we did the initial color. It's a very good exercise, isn't it? I must admit. It looks like a beehive, doesn't it? Look, see that? I'm actually going to show you a little bit of the drawing techniques. They're very scribbly mark, but it will give the impression that the eyes will create the impression will do the rest of the work, yeah? There. There. Right, this is the branch of the work. Then here, then I create that tree line. Right, so when you come here, you can see how it gets really good at it. See that area that we haven't covered? With a small brush, so we can and then just keep following that tree all the way up. Right, and then go to your drawing, my drawing, and then just do the strokes. See, I'm not even worried about those trees just yet, those smaller branches. I'm just following this line of tree, this wonderful strong line of tree. I'm going to take that down because it's gone smaller, and that makes sense because the tree branches will get smaller as you go up. And then I can go mid, right there. Just put these, and still use the midway point. Have we covered this the brush? I think we have. Yeah. Now can we do this maybe with this small brush? Yes, we can. It's quite dark, so if you didn't pick the color, it's going to appear light, no? Okay. There. This is what we have here. There. It's actually taking nice shape to that, and I'm not too worried. And you may think I got 25 minutes. There's no way on earth I'm going to finish this. Well, just keep watching. That's the reason why people fail. It's because they don't trust themselves and confidence. Right? They don't have confidence or belief in themselves. I do. And you might think, well, it's only because he's been doing it forever. Well, there you are. That is your answer. Doing it forever. It means you don't want to do it. That's your own volition, isn't it? If you don't want to do it. And then, but you can't say, you don't have any skill set. You just have to say it's down to your thinking that you can't do it. Okay, so let's go up this tree and try and resolve these marks there, right? Let's just get these marks out the way, right there. Okay. I'll pick a black mark there, I think. Who knows? I picked this 2-3% brush size because I feel I got a little bit more control over it. And I'm okay with that. And I can shape these different tones on this tree really quickly. Right there. And let's just keep following. This is our reference point. Just go across this tree. Let's go across this tree. Then pick the color that you want. The snow falling on this tree. Okay. All the colors. Don't worry about getting everything exactly right. Let's pick this. Right. There's a branch. One of the branches, and there will bound to be a bit more few branches, but these branches have really got the snow on them. Alright, which is fine. And so let's see here where we are here. Let's go here, here, and let's put some few branches. See these branches here? So go in the halfway point. So I'm showing you real art skills here, drawing skills here. So what I'm doing, I'm just picking the colors, doing this. Picking the colors here. Look at all these beautiful branches. Pick the same color you have and just go here, okay? Right. Don't be afraid. Just go follow these colors. So you can see any of these branches are popping out. Just use the dark colors to just, I'm not trying to be totally accurate, just enough. Let's see what we have here. Well, look at that lovely kind of, now the tree is really coming alive, isn't it? And now we can go down here and say, let's pick a little bit bigger brush, and we still got the 80%, which is fine. And then let's put down some of the colors and give it, right, pick some colors and give it some shape, as there's something's going on here. It's not quite, doesn't have to be complicated. Look at that, just blend it in with the different shades. And look, this one's coming here. Right, then what do we have here? This is sort of a drawing technique. that I'm using. Just whatever you think might work. There now on the rest of it is just tree lines that we're going to add. But for now, I'm just doing a very effective using my drawing techniques. Pick the colors that you want. Get this in the back. And then pick that color. And then, let's see, can we pick some of that black here and then say that, you know what, this goes all the way back. And then we got this wonderful tree line, right, which we had before. And then we got some more of that tree line. So let's do a few of these trees, right? Take the brush size down. Let's say about 3.5%. And let's take it down even more. 2%, the lowest we've been. And then let's try and capture some elements of this. Not exactly to scale, but some elements. And use our drawing skills. I don't expect you to get this right. Okay, so here we're just creating the background. I'm looking at the scene and just creating the background. And then you can see here, and then I'm going to pick some very interesting colors that will give more depth to this painting. Let's go across the screen and then see what we have here. Put a one there, put another one there, another one there as a reference, and then another one there, another one there. If you want to keep it halfway, then don't be shy. Okay, this is alright. And then let's see what happens when we get there. Look, there's all these branches falling up, they've got wonderful snow. Right, and we could use a different tone colors. For example, this one. Right, watch what happens when I put it over the trees. It gives the illusion that these leaves have got some kind of snow effect on it. Let's see what it looks like. This is not bad, is it? So now, got 15 minutes. Oh dear. Oh dear, I have to be really quick at this. Okay, so some more black here. Some more wonderful trees. Okay, no big deal. Wonderful trees. Right, okay, just pick that color. What do we have? Okay, we've got some really very light tree. Let's do that. Let's see what we can do with this limited time we have. We've got a race ahead, isn't it? Wow, that is small, isn't it? Let's take it up a bit of a notch. Yeah. This is all about effects, okay? Alright, let's see what we have here. We're getting there, isn't it? I don't think we're completely at a loss. And then I'm going to try that. Getting there. See all these lines? Let me use that brush size 2.1 or maybe 1.7. Let me see if that works. It is working. Right there. Maybe a bit thicker. Just follow these. Go and don't be afraid. Just follow them. Right there. Look at that. Right there. Look at this one coming across there. Let's do that. So notice I'm separating the branches that I need to do. And I'm going to pick a different color, as you can imagine. But right now, I am having fun trying to get some of these little lines, using them as a reference, but not a complete reference, just a reference to, right, even your squiggly marks, don't be afraid, right, use squiggly marks. Okay, right there. All right, now it's like a painterly painting, but still, nevertheless, it's hand drawn, isn't it? So good, got there, right? What's the next thing we're going to do? Can you see all these little wonderful showers of the wonderful blue? Right, I'm going to create that effect. Right, see all these little blue. Right, this is where I go a little bit nutsy with the right there. So I'm going to add these like branches, you know. This is a good color. And let's see where they are. They're part of the whole picture, isn't it? There's quite a bit going on here. So you need to know what tone you're using, right? So I'm going quick scribbly mark. Remember I said I'm going to show you drawing techniques. This is actually very drawing. Techniques I was telling you about. Just using the reference. Look at that. There. This color. This is a blue color. Don't know what the hex is of that. Right? And then this is where we can have fun. Yeah? Can even produce a little bit of that at the back, which you think that's a little harsh, isn't it? So we can come and correct that. But in the meantime, just trying to use this color like a drawing stroke. And what's going on here? So there's a little bit of the black here, darker, that dark color. So I'm going to see what that does. Alright, so this I picked a different color now. Okay. There. Look at that. It's almost like something's going on at the back. Right. Then here. So I'm just playing around with these tones, the 5.48 settings. Or you could take it down a bit, but you know, because I'm working with speed, I really need to finish this. I probably need a little bit more of a lighter tone here. Notice actually it's coming out all right, because this is lighter than that tone, or it's probably matched to that tone. Right, anywhere you see There. There you can see that this works. Scribbly mark, okay? And what's going on here? Look at that. Yeah, you can still use it like a branch, right? Don't be afraid to use it like probably a branch that, but then be careful about getting the exact size. So if you want to use it as a branch in the lighter areas, this is where you get really clever. It's almost like I'm spoiling the drawing, but in a way I'm actually making it work. What do we need to do next? You can see it's coming together. I think you're beginning to have more confidence that I can finish this drawing. Okay, I'm going to go back here and see what else colors. I might take a little bit of that whiter tone and just maybe make it whiter there and just bring out these. And I might take it up again. These sort of gaps that shows the light right there. So it's all about understanding what to pick. And then be careful and try and follow. There's more white there, so that's what I'm going to do. Right there, I can see shimmering areas here. There, do I see shimmering areas there? There, I can see some shimmering areas here. So the white is taking out some of that. See that? Gives it like a snow effect, even on these. And then whenever you feel like you should have another tone, a black tone, you can have a black tone again, right, wherever you feel. Right, but be careful, the black tone is really harsh, so you've got to use it with a bit more sympathy. Okay, what do you think? I think it's looking good. And then I'm going to pick this, take that up. No, I don't take that up. And then I'm going to fill this area with that color, giving it like a sense of volume, right? And if you feel that color works anywhere else, then go ahead, apply it. This is all adding to the shape and interest of this drawing. Right. Look at that. It's very interesting now, isn't it? There's a light area, but then we could take that. Look at that, how we're bringing that around, creating that shape. Right? This all experimentation. No experiment, no pain, no gain. No experiment, no pain, no gain. There, look at that. Don't you think? You were right. You're probably mincing your words now, aren't you? Thinking there's no way it's going to do that. Well, I'm sad to say, you're talking to someone who loves painting, loves art, so be careful when you challenge. Someone who's good like this. Well, not good, but definitely very much passionate. Look at that. Oh, lovely. Right, this color is pretty good. I like it. It's a nice color. Add a little bit of, and then maybe add a bit of a touch to this tree line here. Why not? Right, a little bit of character to these tall trees. What do we got here? Again, it's a darker. It could be light. We could use light or dark on this. And then I feel like we should add a little bit of a dark to this tone. Yeah, it's alright. It's a bit of a color. It's like hidden back. Not doing much. Alright. I'm just using that sort of you could never spoil a painting. Honestly. I think I'm almost done. Yes! 10 o'clock on the dot. If it's not to your satisfaction, then please show your art piece. So you did and love to watch it. And let me know and I'll comment on it. Okay, there you are. So finished. Let's have a look at the whole painting now. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Looks like a nice wintry stream with the things in the 2 hours we've spent doing that. Well, you have to agree it was quite a good effort on that part, wasn't it? Alright, so there you are. Paintology. So I'm going to write tiny Paintology on the corner and we'll say it's done, yeah? Let's see, Paintology, go up there. Wow, can I get that in? Probably not, so I'm going to type in Paintology on the stream with this color, perhaps. Maybe a little lighter. Paintology, there you are. So there you are, there's like 5 of you remaining. Those who are pursuant and persevere, you're going to do well. I hope to see your drawings as well. Love to see your paintings. So I hope you really enjoyed this. It's a lovely winter scene. Something you can do in the space of 1-2 hours. It doesn't have to take you forever to do a drawing. I don't think you get any inspiration about taking weeks or days to a particular painting. Here you can do a fine piece of impressive drawing on the phone for little effort, and this could be improved in many ways. It could be done differently as well, but this was the art techniques I showed you. I wasn't accessing tools from start to finish. I was drawing 99% of the time, right? Surely you've seen that, okay? So, well, please do comment and please do subscribe. And I'd love to see your artwork, and I hope to see you in another tutorial, maybe tomorrow. I'll post it on that Paintology page, keep you updated. But in the meantime, Hope you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I have made making this drawing. Always something to learn, trust me. And I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.